Hello fellow pickers, we're excited to bring you a very special haul video. Last weekend when we were out looking for garage sales and picking up stuff at garage sales as usual, we went by this house that was being emptied, and they were carrying stuff out of the house, setting it up on the lawn and giving it away for free. All of it. Free. And so we picked it, you know, we didn't bring everything home because I think some of it is just, well, there isn't that much we can do with it. And so we're really excited to share this with you. First of all, these canisters we picked up, they're a set of canisters. They're from the 60s as far as I know. And they each say what's inside. Like this says farine in French is flour. They're probably, well, hey, there's paper towel inside. They're okay. They're not in the best condition, but they could be a lot worse. And when it's free, I figure, you know, and there are four, like there's a smaller one, cafe for coffee, no paper towel inside. So that's a fun thing to try. I even picked up things like trowels because I loved their oversize dimensions and thought, you know, sometimes people, old tools, they just like to decorate with them or whatever. If it's free, I'll try it. Maybe sometimes at a flea market. We do sometimes 1 or 2 flea markets a year. You know, that could be fun. I like these baskets as well. Again, that's something maybe at a flea market would be okay. I don't think there's a lot of value in these, but there were 2 of them. They've got these handles. And I think they were for fruit picking, that sort of thing. I think sometimes they have appeal for people as they'll put a planter inside or in their yard or just decorative appeal. This is an axe head, and we can tell there is a mark here that will say where it was made or who made it, but we can't quite make it out yet, so sorry about that. But sometimes people might collect these or want to use them. Even picked up a metal lunchbox, complete with foil. It's cool. It's kind of enamel inside, I guess. I don't think there's a maker's... Well, yeah, there is. GSW quality, made in Canada. So I don't know. It's got that retro appeal. Maybe someone just wants to put it on their kitchen sill, windowsill or something. Could be fun. Then we got some decorative things. I wouldn't normally pick this up, but it was in good condition and it was marked made in Italy. And sometimes people can look for something like that. Again, you know, maybe something I'll try at a flea market for $7 to $10, but you know the price I paid. Don't even know what it is, but it's cool looking. And I'm almost thinking bookend, but it's not solid enough for that. But it has that kind of shape, maybe. I don't know. But it looked older. It's a fun thing. Again, it's decorative. Maybe someone would just pick it up for $2, you know. You know, I get to do a little research about something like that. More tools. These are drill bits from what I see. Twist drills. I just like the case that is this cool shape. And thought, well, maybe we can do a little research. Maybe someone would like that just for the look. If they're collecting tools, they're displaying them. Then there was this. Why not pick that up? It's free. It has that nice cranberry glass color. I don't know how cranberry it is, but miraculously it's in good condition. There's no chip, and it's got this nice etched work on it. Still dirty. I mean, when we picked it up, it was brown, but you know, it doesn't cost anything to clean that up. This is, sorry, something I would not pick up at a garage sale usually, because the marks are too generic. It just says Bavaria. It's really hard to see the maker's mark, and quite honestly, it's just that I know it doesn't have a lot of age to it by the style, and you know, but if it's free, again, that's something I can try at a flea market or maybe online. You know, they don't seem to have any chips or anything like that. They're a nice little set for somebody who would like that sort of thing. That was the first thing I picked up, and liked it because it's Grindley, England, and there are collectibles of Grindley, England, also in not bad a shape, and it just looked pastoral and interesting. The birds are singing. I tell you, I don't know about you guys, but it's starting to pick up a little bit. It's starting to be a time where there are garage sales, where there are community sales. This is a vintage New Jersey kind of souvenir cup, made in USA. And we'll see where that goes to. And I will show you something else we picked up. As far as I know, this is for maybe little tiny soaps or bath salts, something like that. My mom used to have something kind of similar when I was very young. This is fun. I like the outlandish pattern. It has all these watches picked out in gold and turquoise. Some of the gilding is really rough, so I'm not going to make myself rich selling that, but I thought it was wacky enough, and the rest of the glass itself is in okay shape, that I'd pick it up and see if somebody would still be interested. It's vintage from the 60s. You know, just got some things for us, like candles. You know, it saves me $2. My husband saw these. Fabulous, a set of these that are from the 60s as far as I can tell. Again, canisters with a copper top and aluminum bottom. It's Hawthorne, made in the USA. These will need to be cleaned a lot, but I will show you another one of the canisters, and while I do that, I will tell you a tale. So basically, when we got there, there were some other people there who were very nice. We'd spotted a bench at some point and thought, oh, you know, I said, is that free too? And the person said, yes, absolutely. But I had to go speak with my husband. I wasn't sure it was going to fit in the car. And someone else came by in the meantime and said, can I have the bench? And the person giving this stuff away was nice enough to say, well, actually, this lady was here first and she's expressed interest. So actually, we figured wouldn't really fit in the car. We weren't that interested. And so we let the other person take the bench. They were very appreciative. People can be really nice about that sort of thing. And then as we continued to pick out items we were interested in, a few people passed by. This is something else we picked up. A few people passed by, took some things. there's a couple who showed up and they asked me, because the person giving the stuff away was not there, they were inside the house, is this all for free, you know? And I said, yeah. And so they started picking stuff up. And then they started doing this thing where whenever the person would come out with a new thing to set on the ground, the lady would say, oh my gosh, oh, I must have this. Oh, I like this one. Oh, I will have this one. And she would just nearly rush the person to go and take it from her, directly from her hands, so that nobody else would get to look at it. Every single item or box that would come out. So, you know, there's a limit, and it was just a little strange to see how people will act that way sometimes, and I didn't want to stoop to that level, you know. But at one point, they did come out with an item that I was interested in, and it was basically 4 pairs of sock stretchers. And I said, when the person came out, hey, you know, oh, I'd be interested in that. Don't throw them out, because they were going to throw them out. And I guess the person didn't hear me, but I got up and walked up to her, and that other woman was there already going, oh, I'll take these. Oh, no, don't throw them away. I will have them. So the lady gave them to us and said, well, you can work it out, you know, split it between the 2 of you. And the lady was just going to give me 3. And they're actual pairs of sock stretchers. She was going to keep 3. She was going to give me 1. I said, well, do you mind if I take another one to make the pair? And she says, oh, well, I said I wanted them first. I said, actually, I did, but I want to be polite about this. So she finally gave me the other one, but you know, it shouldn't have to be a battle, and I didn't want to rush the person who came out with the stuff and make them trip or make them really uncomfortable. So I don't like to push it that much, and I think that there's a balance that you can have there when you're doing these things, and still stand up for yourself, but also not make people terribly uncomfortable or completely get in their way. So this is Japan, and there's a nice little maker's mark, and you know, there were some like that online that might be $10 to $12 maybe, or again, maybe at a flea market. This is fun. And I'm probably going to keep that for myself. I like glass lamps. I don't have one. Probably have to rewire it, but it's I think it's just charming. It's fun and charming, and that'll be a fun thing to display in our house. They had several of these, which again, sometimes people just like. Depends on the brand, it depends on the nice sticker on it. They had a bunch of them. We don't have the room for that, and I don't think it would bring in enough to care, but I thought I can throw that on our table at the flea market as well. And I will show you, I think maybe that's the last thing I have on the board. This, which is in okay condition inside. It's a nice size. I think that might do well as well. And sock stretchers, I forgot to bring that out, but we will show them to you in future videos. We've got a few more videos coming up because there's quite a bit to show lately. We've picked up quite a bit. So we hope that you will join us in more special videos, and that we can share the joy of picking altogether, and that you're having some success and you're starting to see some things sprout up, some nice sales. So take it easy. Go enjoy your picking.